Thanks, guys. It looks like depression. Okay, I'll charge my phone. It's charged. Crushing skulls are evergreen. I agree. Skulls never get old, for sure. And they're a good go-to when you don't know what else to paint. But then you get a desire to actually paint them too, which is fun. Hey, cheers, thanks. How's a creative? I appreciate it. King of Skull, thank you. That's awesome. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon. It's kind of afternoon here now. Appreciate it. Yeah, this guy who does he makes incredible skull sculptures out of Bali. He I think it's called Skull Bali, something like pretty on the nose. And I met him once at my gallery years ago, and he told me skulls never die, and he just knew that what he was saying is exactly what you said. Skulls are just evergreen. But he essentially has dedicated his whole life to skulls, and he's older, but his sculptures are like phenomenal, like a genius level sculptor. And he just knew, yeah, like skulls never go out of style. Skulls never are always a great genre or style. But I just look at it like, for me, sometimes I think skulls are just, if you don't know what to paint a skull. You learn a lot, and they're very forgiving. That's the word I was looking for yesterday. Very forgiving when you paint a skull. So you can feel like you're making some real progress in your painting when you choose a skull, because you can play around with them so much. Thanks, Corvette guy. 81. Do you have an 81 Corvette? Get my new aged elevator music going. Thank you. I totally appreciate it. I painted a skull like this style where half of it is finished, half of it is unfinished. I've done these kind of paintings for years now, and I think the skull just works really well with this style, so I wanted to do another one. But yeah, sure, you can look at it quite deep. Skulls have a lot of meanings. I'm definitely not one of those people that are afraid to enjoy a skull from time to time. I used to paint them a long time ago. I'd make molds and then paint them, and everything from like sugar skulls to really wild little sculptures, really painted sculptures. So skulls have always been part of my art, and probably always will be from time to time. Can you get lost in the deeper meaning though? Crisscrossing like Bob Ross taught. Is that what he taught? That's great. I feel like when I do these live streams, I feel like I'm Bob Ross off his medication. That's typically where my art is. Just imagine Bob Ross with no meds. That's me. I'm trying to hold it together for you though. Trying my best. I like Bob Ross a lot though, to be honest. I think I love how he's garnered more and more attention over the years, even after he died, and he's become like a real anchor in the art community for just being a polite, joyful creator. It's pretty cool. I respect it. And his skill was great too. I thought he was incredible. I like how I think what I was thinking is he aged well. Bob Ross aged well. Adams, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it on the corner of the screen. Here's the reference. Right. I don't know. Oh yeah, here. No, as soon as you lose the reference, then you're going to get very abstract and kind of non-representational work, which is fine, and there's a place for it, but when I don't use a reference, I find that it's a different process, I'm looking for something different in the painting. With this, I want some realism, because I already have the abstract, so I really want the contrast. So a reference, and in 90% of my work is required because I need certain grounding elements in my paintings. Without it, I don't like it. Unless I'm just, I want to paint something abstract or like really chaotic. Even then, there's certain references that are useful. Last painting I did, if you look up the He-Man painting, there wasn't really any reference there at all. I don't think. Oh no, I used Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Got it, yeah. References are key. For me, anyway. You can do it yourself, like use a reference and don't use a reference and see the difference. But if you don't use a reference, you should have some sort of rhyme or reason, I think. It shouldn't just be random. I think it would cause you to spin your wheels unless you want to do that. Spin those wheels. I totally have to forgive me, my eyes are like, when I'm reading these little chats on the screen, my eyes are like struggling to see it, even with glasses on. I need a better rig, like a better setup to see what you guys are saying, to be honest. Like a different screen here so I can see the chat. So right now I've done the background, gone over it, and now I'm doing my darks. Almost like treating this in a way like an underbody. Just going over everything again. And this isn't black, even though it looks black. This is gonna still probably fall under the blue spectrum, especially as it dries a little bit. It's not. I'll still add like a more of a darker value after this in certain areas, which is nice. This isn't the final. This isn't as dark as it gets. It gets darker with the values. Acrylic, no. It's oils. I've been thinking more and more about acrylics lately though, because they do let you paint faster. But they're almost like a different, I feel like a different artist sometimes when I use acrylic. It's like a totally different process. Even with like mediums, it's still fast, eh? Yeah, like I don't think anytime I've painted with acrylics, I don't even, I think I break out the mediums. I just, yeah, it's not my, really at this point, it's not my specialty, but I like them because I think you can do different things. There's an artist named Crayola, I think he uses acrylics, and I see him like using a blow dryer when he paints. Like to literally like dry things in seconds. Whereas this, it'll dry all day and it'll still be wet, and I have to like, I need to be aware of that. But yeah, it changes everything. So I think I need to have like a reason to do that. And sometimes I really want to paint fast. I want to get a bunch of stuff done, or I have like a lot of energy. I think acrylics might be the way to go for some things. Thanks, everyone. I thought I was going to finish this piece yesterday, but I'm really glad I let it dry overnight, because then you can do stuff like this. You just touch a little bit of oil and liquid, and you can just start glazing really, and like brushing. It's almost like a dry brush technique. But when things are wet, that's not really capable. You're not really able to do that. Thanks, Paulina. Good to see you. Just because it's in the reference photo doesn't mean you need to paint it. Sometimes it's good to just work in your own, just paint what looks best and add in things that make the painting look better than the reference, or take it in a different direction. And we're talking at such a minor level that it, I enjoy that. Especially as you start whittling things down, you can start seeing your own vision. Just keep painting. It sounds such a cop-out, but it's not. I've been painting for so long that you kind of train yourself to, you just kind of inevitably get better the more you paint. And then when that time adds up, And you're better at certain things than other things too, like certain styles, and you can find your way by just painting, creating stuff over and over and over again. That's how. It's just repetition. And you learn along the way. But there is no kind of easy, there is no easy way other than time. But if you started painting skulls today, and then looked at those skulls that you painted today in comparison to a year from now, if you painted, a couple a week, you'd see a huge dramatic shift and change in, comparing old work to new work. So you would use that same concept and idea, even if you want to start playing the piano. I asked the question, how, when I see someone playing the piano. I go, how can you do that? And well, it's just years of playing. Which actually is can be discouraging, I understand. But when you're doing something you love, it's not really discouraging at all. It's only discouraging if you're like, oh, I don't even want to play the piano. I just want to play the piano really well. Well, you need 10 years. But painting, I enjoyed it even when I wasn't technically good or sound, or I just enjoyed creating stuff. So I think with art, you can just create things, and some things will turn out really well even in the beginning when you're just creating stuff. So that motivates you to keep going. There's some stuff that you can make early on that is really good. And then the time just builds up naturally. That's good advice, right? Because if you're doing something you love, it doesn't really, you just get better as a byproduct. The goal should just be create shit. The visions in your brain, the voices. And then you just get better while you're pursuing just creating. Hey there, Berserker, what's up? Yeah, you got a good name. I didn't forget you. You still didn't tell me why Berserker. Was it Top Cops or the anime? Or what? And do you remember, I asked you, but I don't think you heard me. Do you remember Top Cops? Berserker? Because Top Cops had a character. A super memorable character named Berserko. But we're talking like 40 years ago, so I don't know if you remember Top Cops. Maybe 30 years ago, 35. Top Cops, Berserko. He had a really crazy voice, I think, too. And then what is the actual meaning of Berserker? Is that like a military ship or something? So I don't like here yet. Let's see what we can do here. This feels weird here. Here too. Let's try to clean this up somehow. Really, you don't want anything you don't want extreme values right now in here. That's what I'm telling myself. I just want like a base, like a simple, consistent base. Because then I can add the highlights and the shadows on this, kind of the forehead. But still doing it with a small brush, so you still get like subtle changes in like if I use a big brush here, like a larger brush, it'll cover more area with more. We're past that now. I don't want to do that. That can create more harm than good. But I want a more neutral, like, base to work from. I kind of neglected this area for a while. I think the word I'm looking for is nuance. When you're using a small brush like this, and I keep picking up paint, it's not necessarily exactly the same shade I had, but I'm looking for that as well, even though I'm still going for like a base. What do those cracks do? There's some, like, I think what makes cracks is like some are subtle and some are strong pieces of the cracks. I'm also not globbing on the paint anymore, right? I'm just almost an in-between. It's a little more than glazing, but they are translucent. It's also dirty looking, which is, again, very forgiving when painting like this. When things are dirty, you can add dirt. This skull looks like it's like an antique, right? So there's these tons of weird imperfections. It's not that was bleached. Hospital skulls. And all I'm doing is just working on this area, and the more I work on it, more things start to come together. Really pretty organically. I just kind of stay in one spot, one vicinity for a while. I'll throw little things around when I have a nice color that I think matches certain other parts of the image. And then I come back. There's just dirt here. Berserker. Manga, yeah, okay. Berserker. Fuck my eyes. Try wolf. I apologize if you not hear you. My phone is funny. This is... Thanks, Berserker, man. So from the manga, what manga? Within the last year, I started diving deep into anime. Because I kind of ran out of content. Especially before bed. I don't like to watch like just random like algorithm shit. I like that. Before bed, I really like to select what I'm watching. I watch the entire catalog of Simpsons, Family Guy, Rick and Morty. And then I kind of like wanted to explore anime, and Berserk was just nuts. Nuts. I couldn't believe it. Like, the real question is Berserk, like, see, I'm not that good at it. I don't know which version I watched, but like the old one from start to finish. And I would say it's as good as Game of Thrones. Is that an overstatement? And I feel like it would be hard to even perhaps debate that, or like, I just felt like if I really think about it, that Berserk blew me away. That's what I can say. And then I watched Chainsaw Man, and I can't even say the Jiu-Jitsu one, which was really good. And now I'm watching Attack on Titan, which is a lot. I didn't know there were so many episodes, so many seasons. But I find them to be inspiring, especially before bed. Kind of lose all my internal chatter when I'm just watching like anime or cartoons before bed. I really recommend it. Not necessarily even anime. Animes are sometimes are intense, but just like mindless comedy cartoons, I think are really good for me before I sleep. Like I would even want someone to look into that. Like I don't just scroll. I just leave on a cartoon and then I fall asleep to that. And especially that's something that's like a little bit like The Simpsons, where it's kind of like, especially over time, like it's pretty tame. So there's nothing to really, there's no real shocking factor. I think it's good for my brain. I don't want to be stimulated before bed. Anyways, it helps, and I recommend it. Cartoons before sleep. You can see I'm spending a lot of time in an area that's like really subtle, because I think this area is pretty important. You're obviously going to gravitate to the eyes right at first, so that's your first kind of point attack, and the teeth. But then the shape of the skull is really important. The lines, the cracks, but just above the eyes too, it's gonna show, I really want it to be clean and refined. So I just spend time on it. Milo, what's up? You're similar. Put on something, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really like a huge advocate. The older I get, the more I talk about cartoons before sleeping, because I'm just inundated with shit all day long. Most of it my own choice and my own doing. But the cartoons I really think are good for, like, I catch myself laughing in my sleep and stuff, especially with like funnier, aggressive cartoons. I still do them, but there's something about just like lame, cheap, kind of like tame humor before bed is good for me. But now I am in the anime world, so kind of going against what I am preaching there, but I just like it. It's a whole other world for me. If you would have asked me to watch anime 5 years ago, it just would have dismissed you quite. I just wouldn't have been interested. Okay, let's brighten up here. Brighten up here. up here. Again, we'll go here. Demo Sushi, what's up? You agree with what? Animes before bed? You can actually see the details? Yeah, anime, I don't know. I gotta stop talking about it, but I even tell my mother to watch fucking cartoons before bed because she gets wrapped up in all the news and like, I can't, like, I don't know. I think it's just too much. Creative, like, art, right? Anime, cartoons, anime, whatever, is just like essentially like pictures and ideas and comics and humor. I put emphasis on the humor, like giggling your way to sleep is so much better than worrying about the fucking constant news cycle or the algorithm that just feeds you like someone getting punched in the face. At least with cartoons, you're making a decision just to like lightly giggle yourself to sleep. I don't know, but and I feel like it just, I don't know. I think before I was just scrolling before sleep, and I think that's just, I don't know. I'm just so happy I actually want to watch cartoons before I pass out. And I think everyone should do it. So that's my prescription for today. But I have woke myself laughing. Like I've actually woke up laughing before. And I credit that to the cartoons, the mindset. I didn't wake up screaming. I woke up like laughing. I'll take waking up laughing over waking up screaming any day. see you again, Berserker. Yeah, appreciate you. Me, you guys gotta forgive me. I'll have to say this until I get a better setup of my eyes are shit. And then there's something in front of the comments, so I have to really strain to see what you're saying. Milo, you paint as well? So there's some really crazy highlights here. Let's see what happens. See, at this stage, you don't need, I don't want to have a larger brush. That's weird. Like at this stage, little marks make a big difference. So a little brush is really key. It's where I can have it's kind of obvious, but it's just where I have the most control. When in doubt, always add green. You don't think about it, but it's there. Greens, baby. Green. It's really easy to work in. And if you make kind of add too much, you get really easy to get it out of there. But it really makes things more lifelike. Green doesn't get enough credit. Fiery oranges and reds are obvious. And then next is creams in the skull, all the cream colors. But you can't have creams without green, as they all say. That's what they all say. Cream green. I'm the cream queen. Cream green queen. Let's get some greens in there. Yeah. There you go. So I did an okay job here with like leveling things out. It was uneven. It was not level before this. So you just work that green in there from before. I'm not talking about adding something crazy, right? It's just you're mixing the green in with the cream. Right now I have too much green on there, but my point is, let me find an area. This is something's going on here, so I'll add quite a bit of green there. I'll come back to it. Let me add a little bit of green over here. And let me add a little bit of green over here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can back up what I'm talking about. I think it's just like a good idea with, I'm not sure how to like make something look like the reference. Greens are really powerful, but they seem like they just get ignored. But I feel like when they start bringing things alive, more than you would think. Right now, again, I'm just leveling out this area. I just want a more consistent base that I can pick away at, just refining. Not, I'm done sculpting. It's just more like, if you were sculpting, you'd be, I want to be at a level where I'm sanding things down, not chiseling. So I just need like that solid base, and I'm mixing colors in from the past and the present, while looking at the reference to see where there is more depth, shadow, scuffs. Throw some more green over here. Again, right now the green seemed a little extreme, but let's just see. I still believe in what I was yapping about. Because greens and browns and creams, they all kind of go together. And my point was they just get forgotten about. And what I learned is like when I'm painting a face, there's a lot of green in a face. So I'm just seeing the same. Can be applied with a crest of a skull, a crown. Right. Again, it's almost like I really like the way to frame it. Like I'm just leveling things out up here. You don't want anything too extreme. You don't want any dark shadows, and you don't want any extreme highlights yet. I just want like a consistency while using the work that I put on previously. That's why there's these soft, someone said the other day, like tickling. I'm just tickling everything together. Just tickling it. Never forget, that's the best way to put it. Tickling, lots of tickling. There's like streak marks too, you can kind of think about. Shape and direction. That's fun, but you're still just getting a base. Because if you watch the previous videos at all, you'll see like I spent time here, time here, time here. I just haven't given that much time here, so that's what I'm doing now. Thanks, Demo Sushi. It's taken me a while to find music that I can actually play on stream. I got tons of copyrights before and stuff. This guy's music is the relaxed movement. He's claimed anyway that it's all royalty free and for streaming. So shout out to the relaxed movement. Definitely is the best free stuff so far that I've heard. One thing I'm just thinking about now is like when I'm leveling off this area, it's really important to think about. I'm just realizing like I'm spending a lot of time on here, leveling it out. And then that makes me think, oh, I'm attached to this painting. I really want to make it good because I'm spending a long time just leveling out this area. And what I mean by that is just making it all consistent while using the previous layers and colors. Thanks, Queen Bee. The flowers remind me of. Yeah, right. They are kind of like those silly flowers. Let me work on those flowers though before I pause the stream. Let's go with. Usually I try to do some colors that are related to the painting with the flowers. Let's try that. I think I'll leave these unpainted. Make a stylistic choice with purpose. Pretend like you know what you're doing and talking about. As if any other option is just foolish. Have that authority. No, of course I'm not painting these other petals. Are you silly? Right? Again, I haven't given this area very much attention at all. So there's still some work to be done here. All right, everyone. I need to eat. Hopefully today we can finish this. I think so. I'll come back later today for sure. I want to finish it. Hi, Pumpkin.
Hi, graphic here.
Okay. Adorable, right? I'm just trying to finish real quick.
I think it's time to say goodbye.
Okay, toodles. Bye. Love you. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.